Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Summer is here and lots of kids are home, sometimes without supervision. So how can we keep them safe? We're getting tips today from the author of Doing It All, podcaster and pediatrician, Dr. Whitney Casares. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
You have kiddos who are kind of coming of age of, can they stay home alone? So that's a great place to start.
Yeah.
What are good ages we should start thinking about leaving the kids to take responsibility for themselves?
Yes. So it really is about your individual child and how they display responsibility when they're not at home. So what you feel like you can trust them to do. The law in the state of Oregon actually leaves a lot of room for interpretation and a lot of flexibility, right? So it says, for kids who are under the age of 10, this is a paraphrase, that basically parents shouldn't leave them in a situation for any period of time that might cause them harm to themselves. So 10 and up, they kind of say like, okay, you're probably good. But even then, some kids are not capable of being in the house.
A 10-year-old brain is still really young.
Totally.
Yeah.
So if you are going to consider leaving your child at home, the thing that I would do is, number one, try little small jaunts away first versus longer. You want to test out the communication system that you set up and have a communication system.
Yeah.
So this is a great time for a gizmo watch, some type of smartwatch that allows your child to be able to talk with you, or leaving one of your own phones at home and then having the other partner, if you have another partner, have a phone with you is a great way. Making sure your children know how to contact 911 and then setting up really strong ground rules. So in my house, there's no cooking when we're not there. There's no opening the door for any people, even if it's neighbors. No one is allowed to come in and come out. And I really test responsibility. If you want to be left home alone, okay, can you take care of the cats on your own?
There you go.
Can you do your laundry? Because being home alone is a big responsibility. But I agree that once you get it, it is an amazing level of freedom as a parent.
We should be helping them graduate to that stage of life, and it helps us as parents get stuff done too. And there are so many, you mentioned gizmos, there's so many great things on the market now where you can really put lots of parental controls.
Yes.
So they're not accessing a ton of information, just really communicating directly with mom or dad or whoever the caregiver is.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, you mentioned cooking. Need to put strict parameters on what is allowed and what's not allowed in the house when an adult isn't present.
Yes, or even if an adult is present in the other room.
Yeah.
Both of my kids love to cook, and I really want to encourage their creativity, but I don't want chopped off fingers and burning. So first of all, spend some time with your family and with your children, showing them proper cooking and safety techniques. They need to understand that the flame is hot. They need to know how to turn on the gas without making it so that the gas is just flowing without it lighting. Consider the kids safe knives. They don't need the extra sharp knives when they're really young. So have them practice with those and then show them the proper technique. And this is a great place where screens can help you. If you're not a chef of your own accord, watch some YouTube videos with your kids and learn. It's a great way to help them. There's also some really cool organizations, even when there's a chapter in Portland, where you can cook and have it be as a family that you're helping people who are less fortunate. So
wonderful.
Use the cooking as a way to help them. But by and large, I tell my kids when I'm not home, please no stove use, no sharp knives. You need to do something you could do with the kids safe knives and that I know you've already done before and don't need extra assistance with.
That's great. You mentioned some people coming to the door as well. What are good ways to have that conversation, and can you kind of identify maybe safe adults who are okay to open the door for? I guess it just depends. Every family is different.
Yeah, exactly. Every family is different. If you have a known neighbor who is always a friend of yours that you're communicating with, your children are going to their house already when you're not there, that's one thing. But I don't know, as a pediatrician, I think that I've probably just seen too many horror stories, especially when kids are unsupervised. So I feel like unless it's like a policeman that you have told your child by phone that they are coming over, or a neighbor you have already personally communicated to your child will be present, I just say nobody should come in unless there's a true emergency, because that just keeps it a lot simpler. You know, avoid having the food drop-offs and your grocery drop-offs at that time. It makes it easier. And I by no means want kids to be scared of strangers. I think that the idea of like stranger danger is a little different than when we we were little. You know,
Definitely.
I remember my parents being like, you know, everyone that you don't know is a potential person that could harm you.
Yes.
I think it's more with our kids about teaching them what is a proper level of being kind to someone, but what are the people who you're really close with? That person deserves a hug, or what we call in my family a heart print, some type of wave, or like a thumbs up. And what is someone that it's fine just to smile politely, or someone that you should just really don't need to make eye contact with at all. Yeah.
For sure. Lots of good stuff. Great things to consider. Happy summer. Great to see you.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Whitney's book again is Doing It All. We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.